Hello, in this video I'm looking at this Hitachi C1414R or 14-inch telly. It's just dead, but this is it. Standby. There's nothing. Got a remote for it. No response to that. We'll open it up and have a look. So there's the back of it. You can see it's got a Phillips tube. See the board comes out quite easily. And what's that? That's that pulling tight. Get into a position where I can get to underside at board. A few little bodges on the bottom of this, I'll show you. You see this here, like these diodes soldered on the bottom with like a blob of hot glue or whatever it is. Blobs knocking about. Other bits of hot glue. This here, there's a diode, another diode, capacitor, another diode there, a wire, some more glue here with some, I think it's a diode encased in that glue. I can't really see much markings on board. Well, I need to tell you what voltage is what or where they are, but there's this 160 volt capacitor here, so I'm guessing that's going to be main HT cap. So I'll test that there first. 108 volts. Not sure what it's supposed to be. I would have thought I might maybe be higher than that. There's voltage there though. Right, I've got the service manual. That HT is supposed to be 150 volts. I'm up with about 100. There's these other voltages, 12 volts, 9 and 5. They all come off the same winding. Like a 12 volt winding, and then there's like a diode, a diode regulator, and then a 7809 sorry, regulator for 9 volts. So I'll check them and then we'll see. Right, this is the 12 volts. Uh, 11.16. A little bit low, but I imagine it's probably alright. The 5 volts. That's alright. And the 9 volts. 8.99, virtually bang on. Well, they all look alright. So it seems to be that HT line. So I can have a look at what is connected to that, if something's pulling it down. So if you have a look at line output stage, 150 volts comes in here, and then through these two resistors, each top of this transformer for this like driver transistor for the line output, and also if we follow it around here, the line output transformer, which the other end of the winding is the line output transistor. So we could have a look at these two transistors. I think to test these transistors in any meaningful way, or at least this line output transistor, I'm going to have to take it out of circuit, because otherwise I'm just going to be measuring transformer windings. I could maybe measure that one, the base to emitter of that, and base to, I could probably measure this one, but certainly that one. I'll try testing this driver transistor. So this is collector to emitter, base to emitter, and it's base to collector. This is the way round. That's that diode. That's collector to emitter. Another way, and that's so that seems alright. That to check the line output transistor, I'm gonna have to remove it, because otherwise I'm just gonna be measuring transformer windings, so it'll just look like a short circuit. There's the line output transistor, no heatsink on it, which is a bit weird. Is it ON4785? 9336, 1993. All the stuff says 93, like that tube says 93. According to the service manual, it's a 2508, BU2508, so maybe that's sort of the same transistor. Right, gear test. This is base to collector, base to emitter. It's sad it on it. Collector to emitter. That's that diode, isn't it? Yeah, there's a diode from collector, emitter, collector. Yeah. Short circuit from base to emitter. Right, I'll have to see if I've got a suitable replacement. I don't think I've got one of these ON4785. I'm sure I'll have some. Right, I've got a BU2508DF here, which is the transistor that's actually listed on datasheet. See what this one measures. Oh, yeah. Oh, that will measure the same. Wonder why that. That's very weird. Let's get another one out. Got another one here. And that's the same. Compare each measurement of these. All 38. Yeah, I like the same. It's the same. Open. Open. Operate. Operate. Open. Open. 4, 6 odd. They measure exactly the same, so maybe it's not that then. This is the one that I've just taken out. Two diodes. Try it over one. That comes up as two diodes and all. Well, I'm just going to try it and see what happens. Right, I've just spotted something interesting with this board. I was double checking which way round this transistor goes in. Because I forgot I'd usually take a picture of it, but I forgot. And this pin is the base, because it goes through here, round here, and goes to that little transformer. Middle one's collector, which is connected to one of the pins that line output transformer. And then, so this is emitter, which according to that schematic is connected to earth, to ground, like. And if you follow this, it comes round here, like under this bit of glue, which I scratched away a bit at fingy to make sure, and it comes round here, and this is all earth going all over the board. It's alright up to here. But then anyway, but like don't get anywhere like there. And scratch that off a bit more. And not there. But I know, like the trace looks alright. I can't see that there's all wrong with it. It's weird. Is it still connected at this point here? So maybe it's where this little clip is, it's not, it's like, there's some sort of break. I can't see any. Scratch off right round and it looks alright. Yeah. scratching that solder mask off. Ah, got like a little breaking trace there. Night measure's alright. What the bloody hell is going on? Well, I'll put transistor in anyway and see how we go on. Right, replace that transistor, I'll switch it on. Right, it's not coming on, so don't think it's that. I'll see if there's been any change to HT. It's this HT again. Let's see what 108. That's the same as what it was. But I've decided to get the scope out and have a look at the signals, see if these line output transistor and that's getting proper drive. Just turn that up a bit. And that's the base of the driver transistor. That's a collector. Line output transistor. That's base. That's collector. That doesn't look very good, does it? Emitter. Why is it now? That's the emitter, and that's supposed to be connected directly to, what do you call it, to ground. There shouldn't be out there another point on ground. Ah, I bet it's not connected. I bet that thing were right. So that's it, that's ground. Telly's come on. Yeah, it's cracking. It's cracking trace. Well, I'm making connection there with probe, and telly's come on. I bet that's all it. Well, I changed that transistor. I bet if I put that old one back in, it'll be alright. It'll just be that, I bet. So I'll just have to repair that trace and then it should be fine. I don't know how well it'll show up on here, but it's here, that crack. It's barely even a crack. Like, you can feel a little bump in board, but if you look at it, you can sort of see some of it, but it doesn't look like a crack. And I think it's like, if I connect that to there, see, that's where it's alright to there. If I see that, I pushed it a little bit and it's made the connection. It's barely, it's just, it's like only just a thing. So it's probably hard to see it, but you can see a little bump, but I'll solder it anyway, and I'll just blob a load of solder on. That should be alright. I've just put quite a bit of solder on it. Let's flex the board a bit. Just make sure it's alright. Yeah. Seems to be alright now. I've put that original transistor back in and it comes on. Well, that was an easy repair anyway. A bit of solder, that was all it needed. I'll just check HT again now that it's actually working. And it's still only 180 volts. Well, it seems to be working alright at that, so I'm not going to mess with it. Right, we're going to put a test card up and see what picture's like on this telly. But I couldn't get it to go on to AV channel, or channels, so there's a front one and a SCART. And you have to do it with remote. And I looked at the thing on remote, and if I press like 1, you can see that's flashing. If I press the AV button, nothing happens. So I'm going to open the remote up and have a look. This is inside the remote. You can see it's like quite dirty. Let me see which one. Inside there's not particularly nice either. So that's the text button there. Trace looks alright. Is that a breaking trace, or is it just a bit of, it's just like something on top of it, I think. Just try giving it a little bit of a clean. I don't want to go too mad with it in case I don't want to like take coating off it. Let's try that and test it. Right, it seems to be flashing now. Turn this light off. Is it flashing? No. Thought it were. Doesn't seem to be. Oh, that's what it looks like flashing. Why it's not. Right, I'm powering this from power supply now so that I can operate it without putting it all together to get batteries in. So if I put this on here, oh, that's a button up from it. That's working. So if I move like the button, the rubber part up to that button, that next button up that works, press it, that works. And this rubber part from the rubber part from the upper one onto the board section that's not working. It don't work. So it must be the board. The rubber thing's alright, it's the board. So I'm going to try testing connections of it. So this one, this side was to here. Is it? Yeah. It goes up to the chip. You can't see that, but I'm touching pin at chip and it's connected. So then this one just goes to here. Just open circuit. Can you measure it on that? That one, on this one, it goes to that one, and that buzzes. That might be what it is. How could you repair that? I have to think about that. How I could do it. Because I don't know what will happen if I heat that. That black stuff. Like, yeah, if I try to solder to it, not sure what will happen. I don't want to damage it more. I think it is that. Well, it is that, because if I test it, if I like connect it up with a wire, and then that's me making connection with a wire. So it does. It is that. So I need to just make that connection to there, I think, and then it'll be all right. I'm going to attempt to solder to it and put a little. See if I can put like a tiny little wire. I'm going to take. Managed to scratch a bit of that black stuff off. It's like carbon or something. There's what looks like a bit of copper underneath it. Yeah, that's taken. So if I can do the same with other bit. Just about see it there. That's taken. I think that's alright. I think I've got it. It does work. Quality. This is test card F. It's a good picture. It's well centralised, but it's just a bit. It's kind of under scanning a little bit at the top and bottom. It's slightly squished. So I'm going to adjust vertical size a little bit to just make it a bit taller. Adjust it slightly. It's nice and sharp anyway. I mean, you can get down to, I can see the lines on this one, which I think is 4 megahertz. These dots are visible, so it's not crushing blacks or whites. Looks pretty decent. Pleased with that. Be good for an RGB monitor for me BBC Micro, I think, that telly. Nice size for it. That repair turned out a lot simpler than I thought it was going to be. I mean, we were more messing about with remote really. Both of them just a broken connection. But, well, there we are. TV back in action. So, thanks for watching.